My mare kicks out every time I ask for the change. She knows how to do it, but lately it's like she's mad at me. Is she just being a brat? Help! That was the message in my inbox last week. And I felt it because I've been that rider where something that is supposed to feel smooth and easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, it turns into a little explosion where the harder you're trying to get it right, the more your horse seems to resent you for even asking. But also, I've now coached so many riders through this exact pattern. And so we are going to get into this on the podcast today.
Welcome to the Resilient Reiner, the premier podcast focused on mental performance for equestrians and improved horse show performance. Whether you're a rookie reiner or a seasoned competitor, this show is for riders who want to take their skills to the next level and achieve their full potential in the show ring. I'm Nicole Burnett, and I'm a master mindset coach who's obsessed with helping you achieve all those horse dreams you always thought were impossible. Join me each week to develop a show-ready mindset and gain the competitive edge you need to compete with confidence.
Welcome back, friends. It's your host, Nicole Burnett. I couldn't be more thrilled to welcome you back to the Resilient Reiner podcast. And today's podcast is going to be extra awesome. So in the work that we do with mindset work, mindset coaching, there is some work is very deep subconscious reprogramming, identity work. There's all of this deep, heavy stuff, and that's really important work. And I love doing that with my clients. It's so fun. But another aspect of the work that I do with clients is I dive in with them on a specific problem. So they might come to me and say, I'm having trouble with this specific aspect, right? I'm having trouble with my spins. I'm having trouble with lead changes, with something like that. And we can dive into that together to figure out what's going on with their mindset and with the mental side of things that's holding them back in their technical physical training. And that's a topic we're covering on the podcast today. We're diving into lead changes, all right? Because lead changes are in every discipline. Everybody's got to do them. And there are so many things that can be hiding in there mentally. So this is going to be so fun. You're going to love it. Before we jump into that, I want to extend a warm invitation to you to join us and join me inside 5 Days to Confident Competitor. This has been so loved by everybody who's joined so far. People are loving it. It is 5 days, 5 audios, only $33. It's so great. You are going to stop show nerves and start saddling up with swagger. You get 5 days of targeted, short audio trainings each day with mindset shifts. You're going to learn the calm switch technique. You are going to love that, to give you an in-the-moment tool to help with show nerves. Check out the link in the show notes and come on and join. All right, now let's get going. We are going to talk about why is your horse kicking out during lead changes. I'm going to cover 3 unexpected reasons your horse might kick during lead changes, and let's get into it. Okay, so because I've gotten this message many times at this point. So my horse kicks out when I ask for the lead change. She knows how to do it, but lately she's not, or she's kicking out. And that was the message that I got most recently. And so that's happened to me. And at this point, I've coached so many riders through this exact pattern. And now I see it instantly. I can just see this pattern. So to remind you, I'm not here to coach you on hind end engagement or the mechanics of timing for your lead change. What I'm here to talk about is the piece that gets overlooked and what 9 times out of 10 actually solves the problem, because it's not a training issue. At least not in the way that you think. It's not about the cue, and it's definitely not that your horse is just being moody or difficult. They didn't just wake up and decide to mess around with you personally, okay? That was not what happened. Because the issue isn't with the horse, it's with the rider. Here is my question for you. What is going on in you when you ask for that change? What are you feeling right before you cue your horse? Are you feeling pressure, panic, performance anxiety? Are you thinking, oh my gosh, please don't screw this up? Are you thinking, oh, come on, fingers crossed, please just do it right today? Because here is the part that you miss. Your horse isn't reacting to the cue. She's reacting to the energy underneath it. And those questions that I just asked you are so important because so many riders miss that awareness is actually a vital and very important part of this process. Because if you are not aware of what's actually going on, how on earth are you expecting to address it, let alone address it effectively and have the desired outcome? Awareness is key. It is vital. It is essential. You cannot pass go. You cannot collect $200. We are not going forward without awareness. And these questions are key. So again, I'll repeat them. What's going on in you as the rider when you ask for that change? What are you feeling right before you give the cue? Now, when it's possible, you may resemble any of the following statements. When you grip, you brace, you over-focus on the right way to ask, you're changing your body language. Your seat stiffens, your legs clamp, your mind fixates. You literally change how you physically ride. And all of that gets translated to your horse. This is so key. Again, the reason that all of this mindset stuff matters, that the mental work that you must be doing as a rider matters, is because whatever's going on in your brain literally impacts your physical body. This amazing skin suit that we are so blessed to be able to inhabit, to experience life on earth, all right, it's connected to your brain. So whatever you're thinking, it influences your body and how you literally are physically moving in the 3D world, all right? You have a thought, right? You know that this is true. A paper bag or a plastic bag flies across the arena. You're telling me you are as soft and relaxed as a, cooked spaghetti noodle? No, you probably tensed up just literally hearing to me say that on this podcast, okay? That is proof to you of how connected your brain and body are. So when you have these mindset things and you're thinking panic, pressure, performance anxiety, all of these things, it's physically changing your body. And that gets translated to your horse. To your horse, it feels like tension. It is tension. It feels like pressure. It feels like something that she has to fight off or escape. So what do? She kicks out. She kicks out. Not because she's a brat, but because she's overwhelmed by what she is feeling through you. This is massive, okay? It's so important that you understand this. Now, I'm going to share with you from the summation of all of the many clients that I've worked with. And as a reminder, I see clients in so many different disciplines. It's not just reining, ranch riding, roping, team sorting, cutting, cowhorse, barrel racing, all the disciplines here, okay? So these are broad themes that I have noticed working with riders, many riders. of here are 3 unexpected reasons your horse might kick during lead changes. And spoiler, not spoiler, these are reasons that have nothing to do with your actual physical training. And so before I share them, again, this is so incredibly powerful because you can have the same horse, you can have the same trainer, you can have the same training plan. And when you solve these issues, boom, things can come together like that. It's amazing. I love it when I can help a client essentially save tens of thousands of dollars because they don't have to go buy a new $60,000 horse. They don't have to, put their horse in full-time training or switch a trainer. They can just solve the problem in themselves, and then boom, everything that they've been working so hard on just falls into place. Okay, number 1, you're over cueing. This is what happens when pressure turns into desperation, okay? Lead changes, I get it. They feel like a make it or break it moment in the show pen. It feels, it's dramatic. It feels like a pinnacle of training moment. That pressure, it builds in your body. Even when you think you're hiding it. And your horse, she's feeling every ounce. I see this so much in my clients, so much, okay? Where you want it to go right so badly. And I see that my clients where they care a lot, all right? They're dedicated, they're focused, they care about their horse, they care about this sport, they care about what they're doing. What does that do? That adds so much pressure. You want it to go right so badly that you do more leg, more ask, more everything. It's like, I see that so many times if a client shares a video and they're like, I'm going to make this lead change happen. But instead of feeling guided, your horse feels overwhelmed. That excess energy gets met with resistance. Ears pinned, tail swish, kick out. And again, another thing to remember that I see a lot when I'll do a ride review with a client is we'll watch their show video and it'll come up that, oh my gosh, when I'm riding at home, this isn't an issue. But when I go to compete, the extra energy, the extra excitement, and just pressure around being in a competition, they'll find themselves over cueing in competition, even if they don't do it at home. All right. Second reason, unexpected reason your horse might kick during lead changes. You're not breathing, cowboy. It sounds silly, but this is another thing that so many of my clients are guilty of when we start working together. And you bet we fix this. But if you've ever held your breath in a tricky maneuver, you know that it changes your whole ride. Your body tenses, your cues get sharper, and your horse responds with resistance. All right. And the third unexpected reason your horse can kick during lead changes is 3. You're riding from fear, not leadership. When you ask from a place of, oh, please don't mess this up, pony, you're not actually leading, you are begging. And horses don't follow beggars. They follow calm, clear leaders. Now, so to recap, 3 reasons why your horse might kick during lead changes. You're over cueing, you're not breathing, and you're riding from fear, not leadership. Now, we're not going to leave you hanging because I always come with receipts. This is backed by working with so many riders here. So here are 3 things that you can do instead, okay? 1, practice cueing like it's no big deal. And honestly, I'm your mindset coach here, but this is such a valuable thing to use your mental rehearsal for. I go deep into mental rehearsal and how exactly to do it for maximum impact inside Resilient Reiner Academy. But this is something that is so valuable because you can retrain using mental rehearsal. It doesn't just have to be time in the saddle. Okay. 2, breathe out before you ask. And 3, ride the lead change like it's a yes. You're not asking your horse for a favor here. All right. You're offering an invitation. Now, this has been really full so far, and I love that. Hopefully I haven't been talking too fast. I try to make sure I don't talk too fast, especially when it's a little bit more of a teaching episode, because I know your brain has to process. But this has been so fun because, like I said, I see this so often in the clients that I work with, and then we come up with custom plans on exactly how to tackle this. But I see it so much as a pattern. I had to do a podcast on it because I do get these questions all the time. My horse kicks out during lead changes. What am I doing wrong? What's really going on? Why are lead changes a tantrum? Is my horse being a brat? Like, lead changes are just a thing that so many riders struggle with. And it's just also something that most riders and trainers are blind to the fact that so many issues surrounding lead changes can be rooted in the rider and not rooted in the horse. And this matters so much so that you address the correct thing. If you think that it's a problem with your horse and you're going to keep drilling, you're going to keep riding, you're going to keep doing those things. But we review all of this so that you can address the correct problem. Like I was saying about awareness earlier, this matters. If the problem is rooted in the rider in a mindset issue, no amount of drilling in the saddle is going to fix it because the horse can do the lead change. Okay, if the problem is that the rider is having trouble handling pressure and is getting too amped up in competition, and then you're jabbing your horse and causing them to, jump through or kick out during a lead change, that's not the horse's fault, and you're not going to fix it by more drilling. That is a mindset issue for the rider that the rider needs to sort out. And I'm really good at that if you need help with that. But this matters so much so that you can have clean lead changes. It matters because you need to address the right problem. It matters so that you can have fun and have happiness and have the best rides of your life. And I know that is totally possible for you. And I want that for you. Whew. So that has been such an awesome podcast. I know that you've gotten so much out of this. Also, I love hearing from you. I love getting messages back. So if you loved this podcast, or you had just a light bulb moment, please send me a message at Nicole Burnett Mental Coach on Instagram. I love to get messages from you. It's really encouraging to keep going with the podcast when I get a message from you and hear like, oh my gosh, this really helped me, or I'm applying this in my riding. It's really fun. Also, thank you so much for being a part of this audience. We have listeners over the entire globe, several continents, and I'm so honored and so grateful that you choose to hang out here in the Resilient Reiner community. Know that you are valued and I believe in you. So thank you for being here. If you loved this episode, send me a message, share it with a friend. Don't forget, if you hate this episode, share it with your deepest enemy. And when you're ready to get out of your own head and into better lead changes, know that that is what we work on inside of 5 Days to Confident Competitor, because you can train for the show pen, you can train the physical maneuvers, but if you don't train your mind, you'll carry tension into every ride. Let's fix that. Join 5 Days to Confident Competitor, train your mind, ride with confidence. 5 Days to Confident Competitor, 5 days, 5 targeted audios, only $33. Check the show notes for the link. Thank you so much for being here. Talk again soon, friends.